God will make it where you don't need nobody. Let me say it one more time. God will make it where you don't need anyone besides him. I know that because I'm living proof. I'm living proof. Everything that I done been through in my life, I'm living proof that God will make it where you don't need nobody. You don't need family. You don't need friends. You don't need lovers. You don't need so many things. God will make it where you don't need nobody. He'll give you every single thing that you need as long as you trust, have faith, and depend on him, and be in obedience as well. God will make it where you don't need nobody. I promise you, I wouldn't tell you this if it wasn't true. I'm a living witness to this. Proof. Let me tell you how I know God will make it where you don't need nobody. The same people who you help, the ones you look out for, the ones you give a helping hand to, the ones you will jump for, the ones you will let live in your house, the ones you will bend over backwards for, they won't ever be there for you the way you was there for them. They won't ever be there the way you was there for them. And nine times out of 10, they won't ever be there when you need them. It don't matter if you was there for them when they needed you. It doesn't matter whether you begged for the help. And these very people, they'll be the ones that as soon as they came to you for help, you offered it. You helped them. You gave them what they needed. But it won't ever be the same way for you. The same ones that you'll jump for when they need a ride, when they need something did for them, even when they just need somebody to talk to. It won't be the same thing in return. These same people, you will listen to them talk about all their issues, all their problems. They'll almost use you as a personal counselor. But when you go to talking about your issues, when you have that breaking point where you just really need somebody to talk to, they don't want to hear it. Or they got everything to say. They got a whole lot to say now. But when they're talking to you about their situations, oh, they man. Oh, their job, they hate their job. They complain about their job. Oh, I hate my life. Oh, I hate all this right here. You'll sit there and listen to them people attentively. You'll give them the best advice you can. Oh, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And half the time, they're not going to even take your advice. They're not going to even take your advice. But that moment when you finally have your breaking point and you reach out to these people and you cry out to them and you let them know I need you, or you telling them about your situation with your man or whatever, they got everything to say. They got the, oh, I told you so. You should have did this. You should have did that. Oh, I wouldn't go through this with him. I wouldn't do that with him. They got everything to say. But when it was them, you sat still and you listened. You listened. You didn't judge them. You didn't make them feel bad about their situation. You didn't tell them they stupid. You didn't tell them, oh, they slow, they dumb. Oh, it couldn't be me. You didn't do none of that. You didn't do none of that. You listened to them like you would want somebody to listen to you. But when it was you, it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. You got told, oh, well, maybe you can, ain't nobody, you on your job having issues? No, ain't nobody messing with you. Ain't nobody saying that to you. Why would they want to mess with you? Why would they want to do this? So you saying I'm lying? So you saying I'm just making it up in my head? That type of stuff will make you feel like, dang, I just shouldn't even open up. It'll make you feel like you can't open up to people. Make you feel like ain't no use in expressing yourself because Ain't nobody gonna understand, or they just looking at it from their perspective. They don't see what you talking about. You gotta be the problem in some type of way. It gotta be something that you done did. Something that you done did to provoke these people, to make them talk about you, to make them gossip about you, to make them nitpick with you, to make them... And then this would be the thing about it too. When you finally confront them on it, oh, I didn't say that. Oh, it didn't go that way. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, I was just joking. Oh, I was just playing. Why you gotta play when I'm being serious? Why you gotta play? Why you gotta play when I'm coming to you with what I feel? Why it's not that serious when I'm talking about my issue or my concern? And then another thing, once you really see it, you don't even want to see it. You don't want to accept it for what it is. You don't want to believe people don't love you the way you don't love them. You don't want to believe that people, they don't give a dang about you the way you care about them. They wouldn't ever help you the way, they don't even come across their mind to help you in the way that you don't help them. But God will make it where you don't need nobody. Ask God to move. Ask God to move whoever's not for you. Move them, Lord. Whoever not for me, move them. Watch how many people just go to falling out. Watch how many people go to dropping out your life so quick. Watch. Just sit back and watch. This ain't no farewell. This real ain't for the weak. Ain't no being weak. And see me, I'm not the one that's gonna keep calling you out on it. I'm not the one that's gonna keep letting you do it to me over and over and over. Eventually, you're gonna be a thing of the past. I will cut you off. My cutoff game's so strong, it scares me sometimes. I be thinking about who gonna be at my funeral when I pass away. I don't even want no funeral because I don't want a lot of fake people standing over me, saying that they miss me, saying type of things, or what it was when, you know, just a bunch of fakeness coming. They all at the funeral judging what you got on, who did the makeup, they look this way, they look that. Oh, Lord, y'all, we living in a wicked, conniving, demonic world. And it will really blow your mind. It will blow your mind. You can get these people your last $10. Your last $10. It ain't finna stop them from talking about you. It ain't finna stop them from slandering you. It ain't finna stop them from being fake in your face. And as soon as you bend the corner, they talking behind your back. And it sure ain't finna make them help you because you help them. I'm living proof. I'm living proof. Everything I got right now, I got it on my own. Ain't nobody help me get it. Ain't nobody help me get it. I had to get to a point where I was tired. Tired. Lord, let me be a lender, not a borrower. Let me not have to depend on nobody else but you. And he did just that. And then when he really want to show me, guess what he do? Guess what God do? He let these people disappoint me. He let them disappoint me so he can show me. Show me. He don't need nobody but me. You ain't ever need nobody but me. Y'all, This journey is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. When you get to that point where you stop letting people play in your face, you liable to find yourself by yourself. Don't mean just because you're alone that you're lonely. I spend 95% of my time alone, but I don't ever feel lonely. I always feel spirits around me. I always feel angels around me. I always feel protected. And when something don't go my way, when something don't work out, I know it's because God set it up that way for me to have a certain understanding. It was meant to go the way it went. And then sometimes God will make it where He'll let people fail you and let you down just so when you get there where you going, when you get to your blessing, when you get to your stable, comfortable position in life, when you get to where you trying to go, your destiny, none of them folk gonna be able to say they help you. None of them ain't gonna be able to say, you know, oh, I did this for her, I have that. No, you can't. You can't. You been showing me who you was. Been showing me who you was. Been showing me what you was on. It just took me forever to believe it. Good-hearted people, people with a higher calling, people who are chosen, we ain't going for none of that no more. We ain't going for none of it no more. You come to us, you better come correct. Come correct or don't come at all. Don't come at all. I done cut off so many people this year. So many people starting last year. And when I say I don't miss none of them people, I can look back at good memories with those people. I can laugh about certain stuff, but I don't want none of them people back in my life no more. It's certain family members that I can care less what they got going on, care less what's going on in their life. Gatherings, family gatherings, none of it mean nothing. And then the thing about it, you'll go to these functions over time, still trying to get in with these people, still trying to vibe with them, still trying to love them, still trying to be connected. And when you get there, they're on you. They're on you. Right in your face in front of everybody. Embarrass you, humiliate you. And you ain't did nothing for them to do it. You'll be thinking in your head like, dang, what I did, what I said wrong. They just ain't for you. They're not for you. They don't care for you. They don't care for you. I don't go to family functions. I don't call and check on nobody no more. At one point in time in my life, when I was probably like in my early 20s, every day I would text probably all my family members, like, not in no group text messages. I would send out individual text messages. Good morning. And I'll always try to say something sweet or motivating. And it will always be with the I love you. I promise you, I swear, it was only one person who would text back every time. Some of them would respond here and there, maybe later. But eventually, they stopped responding. Only one person kept responding. And just because that one person responded, don't mean they give a dang about you either. Don't mean they really care either. This has been on my heart so heavy. I be getting messages from God and I only be want to speak on it. I be scared to speak on it. Too scared to push the wrong buttons. Too scared to offend somebody when them same people who you trying not to offend, they don't give a dang about offending you. They don't care what they did or what they said, how it affected you, how it bothered you, none of that. They can care less. They'll watch everything you do and won't support you, won't look out for you. You can't get a place to stay from these people when they know you homeless. They know you need help. It don't matter that you can help them. Let them stay in your house for free. They ain't give you 10 cents. I can't tell you how many people I done let stay in my house and didn't pay me nothing. And then when I needed them people, they didn't offer. Some of them I was too scared to ask because I knew it would be a no. What's even worse? Some of those people, when I let them come in my house, I knew they wouldn't help me. I knew I wouldn't ever be able to get that in return. When I moved back to my hometown, my dad had a water issue where he would have to go out to his tank in the yard and turn his water on. So we couldn't just run the water as we please. You think anybody offered me a helping hand? You think anybody told me, oh, come over here and you and your children bathe, or you stay over here until you get on your feet? People who I've helped. Ain't nobody offering no help. I ain't blaming nobody because half the situations I done been in, I put myself in. My brokenness led me into some of those places. But my healing, my loving myself brought me out of it. Now I don't need none of them folks. Some of them folks, the last time they see me is going to be the last time they ever see me. The last time they talk to me is going to be the last time they ever talk to me. The last favor they got from me will be the last favor that they can ever get from me. I ain't gonna go and throw it in their face and say, dang, you said you was gonna look out for me. You said you was gonna do this. You said, it is what it is. Thank you for showing me who you is. Thank you for showing me what you want, which I already knew anyways. I just wanted to be close to you. I wanted to get with you. I wanted to be friends with you. I wanted to. God will make it where you don't need nobody. I promise you. I promise. He'll make it where you don't need nobody. Before you know it, they'll need you again. I promise you. But you know what happened the next time around? This time around, this go around, for us good-hearted people, for us people that you can call at the drop of a dime and they'll stop what they're doing to do whatever for them. Nah, it's going to be no. It's going to be left on red. It's going to be... And this time around, because anytime you really done said no to half of these folks, you ain't even want to tell them no. Or you really couldn't help them. You couldn't afford it, or you couldn't. But 95% of the time, it was a yes from you. It was a yes. How many times have you got a yes from them? Count on your hands. Count on your hands how many times. But you don't even got to do that. Because like I said, God going to make it where you don't need nobody. He going to give you your Tom, and your Jerry. That one and that two leg. He going to give you that money for that Uber. He going to give you that money for your rent. He going to give you that job that you need to get by. I promise. Walk by faith and be obedient. It ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be days where you wanna run back to them, you wanna talk to them, you wanna see what's going on in their life, you miss them. That's where you stop right there and you remind yourself, how do you people ain't ish? They ain't about nothing. And half the time, y'all ain't even on the same thing. Y'all ain't got the same morals. Y'all ain't got the same standards. Y'all don't carry yourself the same. Y'all don't move the same. You don't click. And they ain't gonna click with you because y'all ain't got the same heart. When you do good, when you help out, when you don't mind listening to somebody, half the time people look at you like you weak. Oh, you slow. Oh, you easy to be ran over. Not even looking at, they ain't even thinking about how God is seeing everything. God hearing everything. God ain't missing a beat. He ain't missing a beat. Not one. He's seeing everything that they talking about when they talking behind your back, when they all the little stuff that these folks be doing. And y'all know what they be doing. You know what people be doing. You ain't got to prove it to nobody. You ain't got to try to make nobody understand. God understand. God gonna catch every tear that fall. I promise you, God will catch every tear that fall. And then you ain't even got to, when these people get into that position where they need you again, you ain't gonna even, laugh at them or make them feel bad about themselves. You ain't gonna be like, oh, I told you so. You ain't gonna be like, now you need me. You ain't gonna do that. You gonna feel sorry for them. You gonna have pity for them. You even might acknowledge their pain. I had to say sorry to a few people too this year. But I still, God had to show me, you don't need none of these folk. Because if you needed them, you wouldn't ever even separated from them from the beginning. The last thing I want to say about this, stand strong. Stand strong. You got this, whatever you need. Car notes, car payments, a ride, somebody to talk to. You need love. You put it in God's hands. Put it in his hands. He provides. Even when it don't seem right, even when it don't feel comfortable, he provides. He always sends a source. And that source may not be a permanent one all the time. It may be just to get you through that grieving point, that moment. But one thing about it this time around, when you do overcome, when you do stop giving and giving and giving, when you do find your strength, when you do fully walk into and embrace your self-love, the answer's gonna be no. And you ain't gonna feel guilty. You ain't gonna feel bad. And you ain't gonna look back.